We certainly live in historical times, and 2015 we have heard in earlier presentations about that year, and I would say that if we look back, we will see this as a historical year when actually the very foundation for our modern society was at stake. The decision in Paris means that we are now moving towards a fossil-free world. That is the resource that has built a large part of our society. That decision, I think no one of us can imagine what it means, but the actions are moving very fast out there now. Because if we are going to keep this 1.5 degrees, we need to be in a fossil-free world by around 2030, 2040, according to the scientists. And that is not only energy, it impacts a lot of other things in society as well. And we can see the clear call for action from leaders, all from the municipalities, governments, and companies as well. So it's a call for new solutions, new products that can help fulfill needs in a sustainable society. So it's a game-changing decisions that we all will be part of. So tomorrow's market will look completely different from today. The rise of science is also very clear. This was the first time that actually those decisions was really science-based. And it's an increasing awareness in society by the general public, people living there, that this is a reality. And we have also witnessed in all presentations talking about the circular economy, that is here. But it's a circular economy in a linear system, so that is the shift we need to make. And we can, in this context then, we can see that the cities is stepping up. The Natural Step has a network of cities all around the globe that is working towards the same goal, to fulfilling the sustainability principles. And it's very clear in the Nordic region where I come from. So it's Stockholm and Copenhagen here that both have been sustainable cities in the European Union. And the criteria and the demands from the investors, from the municipality, from the landowners are very clear. That we are working with some of the largest companies right now in the construction and building sector, and it's very clear that if you are not able to show not only how your building is good from a sustainable perspective, but also how you contribute to sustainability in society at large, in the neighborhood, both environmental and social sustainability, you are not getting the good spots of land in the cities. So that is very clear. And in that context, I would say that these green building standards like LEED and BREEAM and DGNB and the Living Building Challenge, which we will hear about from Holland here, are becoming a bit of the new baseline. To not have a certification is not a question anymore. Now it's more of a question if you are in the sort of hot spots in the city. Now the more question is that what level you should be on. And in New York, they have made a decision that all new buildings in New York and most of the retrofit should have LEED Gold. That's an ambitious goal. And what this says is that the criteria within those building schemes are renewed all the time, and the criteria are increasing, and it will be increasing demands on the material suppliers to be able to show in a transparent, science-based way how this material, from a full life cycle perspective, contribute to fulfill the needs in a sustainable society. Those criteria are not today fully sustainable, but they are clearly moving in that direction. So, in this context, the perception of chemicals in society is absolutely still something that the general public think is something toxic, something not good. So the word chemical is very misused. Water is a chemical. So of course we will have chemicals in a sustainable society. That is needed in a sustainable society, but we need to have chemicals that are sustainably managed throughout the life cycle. And the awareness also connected to chemicals is that people are much more aware of that the chemicals are associated with the products they buy, the environment they live in, the house they live in. The exposure to chemical is mostly in your bedroom. That is where you spend the most of your time. And those kind of information comes up. So therefore, the chemical industry now have a big responsibility to change the mindset. And you need to do that in a way completely different from today. Put yourself in the context of the earlier presentations to fulfilling the Sustainable Development Goals. How do you contribute? Be fully transparent about issues from the past and how you have dealt with them. To try to just greenwash and glossy brochures will not help the market leaders of the future. And in this context as well, it's even more important that we all define a long-term goal, put ourselves in the future, so that we can have a circular economy within a thriving city, social sustainability within a thriving planet. And in that regard, VinylPlus is a role model. You have defined the 5 challenges, the long-term roadmap based on scientific-based criteria for sustainability. You have also identified steps towards this goal. And we have witnessed now quite remarkable, impressive steps towards that as well. The phase out of lead and the increased volume of recycling is really important. So now it's more of how can we put this as a global standard? Because if some bad things are out there, that will ruin the market for everyone. So a global standard is needed, a full life cycle perspective is needed. And future-proofing materials, you need to be able to have a standard for that. And you have done development. We have been part of develop this label that is not up running, but this is push for, make it up running, or whatever you want to call it. And the EDP Plus development is also promising. This is a way for you to secure a market for the future, to be able to say to those building schemes and people that are going to buy your materials that here is a full review from a sustainability perspective. Here are our challenges, here are the possibilities, here are the things we have solved. And the additives is a really important thing that need to be evaluated from a full sustainability perspective, as well to fit in the future markets and the needs that will be there.